welcome back to another episode of the 257 Collective Podcast. It's episode number 34. I know it feels like we've been away for a long time. We've missed yous and we're keen to be back. I'm so excited to do this with the boys. It's been a month since we've done this podcast, and as always, I am joined by my two very best friends, Connor William Watson and Kalen J. Ponga. How you going, lads? Is all right?
Honestly, to hear you say that, it sounds so good on my ears. Like I've heard some good things over the last few days, last couple of weeks, but that was amazing, to be honest.
That put a smile on my face. How you going, Willie Watts? You
I'm
right?
happy, man.
Happy?
I'm really happy. It's good to be back with you boys. It's been a hot minute, so
It has. It's been over a month.
Bit of change of scenery. If you're watching this, we're actually in a bit of a state of the art podcast studio. It's a little bit different to our usual kitchen bench. I mean our table. So we're stepping it up.
We're at Gypsey Tales podcast studio. We got our man Jase McAlpine. He's the host of the Gypsey Tales. It's a better studio than what we got cracking. They've actually got a real computer that works, like a TV that works, not just a TV with a little piece of paper on there that says 257 Collective. So that's good. We might use that later. Jason, you got a mic over there? Nah. Oh, I thought you might have had one. But anyway, it's really good to be back, and we're excited to do what we're doing. We're up here for a little bit longer, so hopefully we're going to get a couple more done. Just quickly off the top, we're going to do our fan shout out. We haven't got a specific person.
Yeah.
Nah. It's a generalised one.
Shit,
No,
I was about to say
it's okay. You came unprepared. Nice. It's all good. You had a month to prep for this.
I mean,
it's okay.
Considering you wrote the notes 30 minutes ago, I think I would be unprepared, Crokes.
Well, you read the notes.
Imagine not being prepared for a podcast.
What's your fan shout?
No, because he knew it was a collective one. He knew it was a collective one.
Oh, so you two discussed but didn't include me.
Well, you didn't want to talk about it.
That's all right,
he was too busy doing his own thing, eh? Connor's World.
Can we get back to the fan shout out? Because I think that they
It is the
it.
people of Burleigh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Say
All the
less.
nice people, and on the Gold Coast, all around the Gold Coast, because we've been in Broadbeach,
Don't forget surfers.
we've been in Surfers,
Yeah,
spent
you
some
two
good
have.
nights in Surfers.
Oh, you haven't? Are you better than that?
So to the people in Burleigh, we've run into a lot of people over the last week. A lot of kids, and they actually are 257 fans, which has been really pleasing and cool to see. Crokes is getting some shout outs and hey Crokes, so like all these sort of things, like we're really appreciative and we love it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's cool, and like you said, we'll be around for another week. We've convinced the big fella to stay on.
Yeah, I'm staying for another week. I'm staying here for another week.
And living the dream for another week. So
Come up and ask for a photo if you want. He gets a fair few today. What about that young kid that midway through taking a photo and he grabs KP like standing there and he goes, "Are you Kalen Ponga?"
Yeah, halfway through getting the photo.
So he's come up and asked a random for a photo, and then midway through he's like, "Oh, I better confirm if this is Kalen Ponga."
I think you just seen the red hair and you just assumed it was him. It was either him or Dylan Napa. They're both getting around Burleigh.
And they're both walking around Burleigh at the moment.
Yeah.
We had a couple of good nights with naps. Hopefully a
good
couple
man.
more to come. Boys, we got a lot to uncover. Heaps. We got a month worth of friendship, partying,
Friendship or breakups?
little bits of downfall, bits of downfall. We got heaps to uncover. I'm pretty excited. It's like going back in time.
I know.
Yeah.
It is big. It's a big episode, man.
I wish I could remember some of it.
It's all been a bit of a blur, though,
know what?
right?
There's some things I wish I could forget too.
I vouch for that too, man.
Yeah, I know. Hey, like I said, we're here at Gypsy Tales podcast, and we really appreciate the hostility. Hospitality, not the hostility. Hospitality. And while we're here, we're keeping our lips wet with... Connor, you want to talk about it? Because I can see you already smashed your amaretto sours.
I've nearly done it.
Yeah.
We're drinking Mr. Consistent. So they've just jumped on board as one of our sponsors, which is awesome. They got some great products. KP, you want to get into it?
Yeah, so before we talk about the products and the day that we had yesterday, they've given us kindly
this day.
a promo code so it's 257, 10% off at mrconsistent.com.au. Wait a minute.
You go. You finish.
Yes, I said that.
Did you say 10%?
Oh my god.
You said 10. 10.
fine.
10%.
If I have to.
They're giving 10% off to our listeners.
I know.
With the promo code.
With 257.
257.
Okay.
They're basically giving it away.
I know.
They are.
They're basically
It's daylight robbery.
They're basically handing the stuff away. It's like they're walking up and just here, have this. It's like Oprah. It's like we're on Oprah at the moment. Here, you get a amaretto sour. You get a margarita. You get a tequila shot. You get whatever you want.
So they've kindly done that, and they kindly had us in at their HQ, their headquarters yesterday.
Best day ever. Can I just
amazing?
I just want to add something. So for a guy like me, right? You know, I like to wine and dine, entertain. I'm not much of a cocktail maker. Never done it until yesterday, mate. Mr. Consistent
makes it so
easy. I was sitting there yesterday pumping them out. I've even offered today when we got in here. I was making cocktails again. That's how much I love it now.
How good's like the confidence? Once you make one, you're like, oh my god, I can make any.
Like
but then when you look at the real ones that make it, and they got like the double, doing the cha-chas,
doing the cha-cha.
You know what I mean? Well, I was there like making sure the glass wouldn't slip.
Sweating
like,
too, guys.
Sweating.
Don't worry, Crokes didn't wear. He didn't wear a grey shirt. He wore the black shirt.
Yeah, no, I had a white shirt on yesterday.
Very different.
Yeah.
And it
was a
good
bold
too.
choice, lad.
Looked
Drinking espresso martinis, bold choice.
You
Bit
did
of
well,
spillage, and you're in all sorts.
You did well making those cocktails. So we had a bit of a day. You want to talk about
the speed challenge?
I do. There's a bit of controversy around it. So we got there. They showed us around their place. Awesome. They're busy. Like they're doing big things. Have a little podcast studio. It was just a cool little place.
Yeah.
And they had this bar area. It's where they take guests, and every guest has to do a speed challenge, which is just basically. You wouldn't believe how fast you can make a cocktail these days with Mr. Consistent.
I reckon I could drink them faster.
Oh no! Well,
yeah,
once you hear and then we did a speed test. We all got timed. In the comments, you mean before you hear this, I know who I know who you're gonna say or what you're thinking. I won. You'd think I'd won. I would have won. But so we had the speed test. Connor actually won.
He questionable.
Questionable.
It's a win with a little asterisk above his name, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the thing you had to do was you had all the ingredients there and you couldn't have your hands on anything. You had to get the shaker, scoop a bit of ice, pour in your shots of Mr. Consistent, pour in your shots of alcohol, put your cup on, shake the ice. 5 shakes. Five shakes. You had to do 5. Put your strainer in, tip it into the glass, put your garnish in, and then that was it. Now Connor's, his glass was about 20% full.
Hey,
because
not just mine.
His was ordinary.
Yes.
Mine was to the brim. Mine was bang for buck.
Yeah. But the thing was,
well, I got 33 seconds. You got 32. Connor got 31.
Yes, guys, you heard that right. 30 seconds to make a cocktail.
30 seconds to make a cocktail. If you really haven't. But I reckon the only way you could do it is with Mr. Consistent.
There's no way you could do it
because the ingredients are all there. Like we're drinking amaretto sours, and everyone thinks you need to add egg whites, but no, the egg.
It's got a vegan.
It's got like vegan stuff in there because it's all.
Each mixer is full of fresh ingredients and sourced from local farms here in Queensland. I try to roll that in.
When you
I try to roll that in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all fresh. So we did the challenge. I won.
Yeah, still a bit of
kidding.
At the end of the day, it wasn't who made the best cocktail. Because if that was a challenge, I would have tried to do that. But it was who made the quickest. I made the quickest. It might not have been good.
Fair.
Half of it could have been on the table.
You got laughed at though, and they're going to remember that as the worst cocktail ever. So it's up to you.
But at the end of the day, I'm higher on the leaderboard than both of you.
Let's talk about the day, right? We walked in there.
Where does it start?
I was hung over. I was not feeling my best.
No.
I remember they booked us an Uber driver there. And when we got there, we were like, righto, boys, brave faces, in and out, talk business, in and out, let's get out of here. We walked in there, the warehouse was mad, the people were mad, Brittany was greeting us, like introducing us to everyone, we're having a best time. All of a sudden they say, hey, you just want to make one? We thought, yes, we can make a couple. 100%. We could have a couple. Hair of the dog. It's midday. I could have a couple. And remember all the people that were sitting there watching on their lunch break?
On a lunch break.
On a Thursday afternoon on their lunch break, sitting watching 3 Derricks make cocktails.
And then Crokes is 1 cocktail deep and he's going around and offering everyone cocktails.
Yeah, and no one would accept. And I was like, righto. First person to put their hands up gets a cocktail, and then 6 hands went straight up, and then everyone started getting them.
Yeah, it's good.
What's your favourite, lads, out of all the cocktails?
I'm going to go the sour.
Yeah.
But they have a surf stitch one as well, which was cracker.
Was that the stitch up?
Yeah, the stitch up.
Yeah,
and it's with, if you make it with coconut tequila.
Coconut tequila, yeah, because the bro was showing us that.
Yeah,
sure you got that right.
Best.
Yeah. What KP was yours?
Sour, easily.
Sour, yeah.
I like amaretto sours in general. It's probably the only cocktail I really enjoyed before having Mr. Consistent.
I never really drank cocktails before.
Never.
Never.
It was a novelty for me. If I was going out for something nice, maybe I'd get one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to treat myself too much. Now,
lad.
Thursday lunchtime.
Yeah.
I'm having cockies.
Let's not forget after we.
Oh yeah, true. The next phase of our beautiful day was a beautiful lunch at the beautiful Burley Bab. BBB. So yeah, we went down there.
Big brown and
big Crokes.
Our original listeners will get it. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
So we went there, had another beautiful lunch, had a couple more drinks, and then just rolled from there down to what's it called?
Rick Shaw's.
Rick Ross.
Ricky's.
Ricky's they call
Ricky
it.
Martin's.
Yeah. What do they call the Burley Pav? Is there a nickname for it? No, Justin Lane is JL. Just local. Because
remember,
Burley teams.
Remember I was saying it to the girls. I was like,
BP.
you just go to JL, and they're like, yeah, we go to JL.
We haven't been to the BP.
The BP, the fuel station.
Well, gets me going again.
There's heaps of fuel there.
Plenty.
Heaps of fuel.
Plenty.
Yeah, we went down to Rick Shaw's. We had what are they?
Bug rolls.
Bug rolls.
$20, bro.
Oh,
Yes.
mate.
And worth every cent.
Had 2 of them. Crokes had 8.
Crokes ordered 6 more, and then we had to order more.
And then I asked what else the table wanted.
It
was smashing cocktails there too.
It's a very like you have to do it once thing. Go to Rick Shaw's and get like the bug roll. I felt like I was an Instagram influencer like doing that, but
there's a few spots that we've been told we haven't experienced yet.
Yeah,
JL's
one of them.
BP's our backyard.
Yeah. I've spent more time
Belly
at BP
Pav.
than I've spent at the Airbnb.
Oh.
So many initials going on right now.
Okay, I see.
There's a lot of abbreviation going on.
I see.
I've spent more time at the Burley Pav than I've spent at our
with
house
CW and KP.
Yeah.
So JL.
I'm MC.
Justin Lane. So Burley Pav, Justin Lane. Apparently, everywhere here's got good food.
It does, man.
Let's talk about the
Should we
cafe.
talk about
Tart.
Wow,
Is it
we're just
tart
giving
tail
out
or
free.
tart?
We're just giving out free mentions.
Yeah,
but tart,
Should we
because I went
be-
in to say to one of the girls at one of the shops. She's like, "Oh, you from out?" No.
Where you get numbers again?
No.
Are you telling them you run podcasts?
No.
Hey, wait. We caught him the other day at the podcast down at the Burley Pav.
This is true story. Wouldn't lie.
This is.
He's going to girl.
Okay, tell the story. Tell the story if it's true.
Nah, he was going
I
up
want to hear all the
girls
lies that come out of
girls
this
are like,
story.
what do you do for work and that? He's like, I'm just like, I play rugby, like play NRL for the Knights and that. That was the first thing he said. And he goes, but I also, like, I'm a host of a podcast. He goes, like, I got these other 2 blokes on it, but it's my podcast. It's not theirs.
Yeah.
You heard him say that, eh?
I was standing behind him.
Very false.
I was
Very
standing
false.
behind him.
You guys can't hear none of the conversations I have because you're just too busy fending off all the Sheilers. Hey,
Not me, brother.
Hey, him.
Not me.
How is the bank account going? It's all right.
My bank account, it's diminishing at a fast rate. Just got
what were we talking about before that?
Just beautiful places in Burley.
Yeah, we're talking about tart. No, I was telling you a story about the girl. I walked in and I said, we went to that cafe, Tarte. That's how I thought you said it.
Like the sauce.
And she goes, tart? And I went, yep. And she goes, fancy. And I was like, look at me.
Then
I'm a
what'd you
hobo.
say?
No.
Number? No, what?
You want me to talk about your last 7 days?
No.
Should we talk about it?
No, we got other things to talk about first. Let's
Tell us about
Connor.
Etsu. Is that a good restaurant? Because you went there without us.
Who'd you go there
I
with?
thought we'd go there. I thought we'd do dinners together. What were we doing?
I went there with a friend.
Yeah, right.
Right. Went there with a friend and had dinner at a nice little restaurant number. And it was really nice. Had some lovely seafood.
Yep. And then what else?
You had some fish. What was it called? Kingfish. Raw kingfish.
You gonna see this friend again?
Yeah. No, we're good friends.
She's a
Have
big
been
fan
for
of the
a while.
podcast. She is.
Yeah.
She is.
Can you beep that, please?
Honestly, I don't even care. All right. We're talking about Mr. Consistent, and then we somehow got out on KB going on days. So we'll get back to our timeline. All right, easy boys, easy.
Can you
Easy, KP, easy. She don't listen. She don't care.
But a lot of other girls or people do.
A lot of girls,
Okay. A lot of girls.
Hang on. Put that shovel down real quick because you're just digging a hole deeper and deeper. So a lot of other girls. So this one that you're taking out, do Do you care if other girls listen? Like, do you care if other girls know that you're with her? Is that what you're telling me?
It was just a nice catch up. I haven't seen her for. It was a friend. It was a friend.
You grew up with her, didn't you?
Yeah, it's cousin.
At
Friend.
Burley. When did you grow up in Burley?
Nah, she's from New Zealand, isn't she? She lives in now?
Yeah, Auckland. Anyway.
Yeah, you never even lived in Auckland.
Yeah, I lived in Auckland one time.
I stayed there once for footy.
Anyway, so back to Connor leaving us and being a dog and not caring.
Let's talk about. We got a little timeline.
Connor leaving us, not caring about the Knights and just doing his own thing, like he doesn't care about the Knights.
You need to calm down. You're all rolled up. Last time we did a podcast, it was on a Monday night. It was on a Monday night. I was in Newcastle. The boys were in Sunny Coast. How times have changed. We'd done the podcast, and when we finished, we're all on FaceTime together. And now Connor was stressed about the decisions he had to make with the Knights and the Roosters contract deals. And it was us three. And I said, Connor, how's your mind going? I said, clear as mud, which is an expression of not meaning clear at all.
Really?
Sorry to explain that one to you.
Wouldn't have worked that out.
Maybe some people don't get it. And he actually said,
that describes our last 2 weeks, I reckon.
Yeah, that explains my mind. I've been in the biggest fog ever. And Connor said, nah, it's crystal clear. And then you want to tell us what you told us, mate?
Yeah, so
because this is the first time the listeners will hear this.
I know. I feel like I've been avoiding it, but I haven't been putting it off. We've just been waiting for the right opportunity.
He's been avoiding it. He's weak.
I'm weak-minded. We'd done the podcast, and the whole time I knew, so I'd made my decision that afternoon, and the first person I was going to tell was Kalen, and then the next morning I was going to go and meet with the coach, Adzi, and tell him. And the whole podcast, I was going how do I tell Kalen? How am I going to do this? Wigging out a bit.
Just stab him in the heart.
Yeah, rip his heart out.
Yeah, he's left you homeless.
Tell him when he's on the ground.
Yeah, that's all right. He's got a pile of cash to lay.
Yeah,
on.
you'll struggle to find a house too, I reckon. Yeah. What's your bracket? 7 to 8? 7 to 8 millies? 7 to 8 mils? That's all right. I know a guy who'll hook you up. Anyway.
Crokes is living in his garage.
Crokes' car's worth $7. Same thing.
Hey, no cap. That thing's not going to work, bro. When he gets back.
I haven't used it. And you know what? I never used it since you went to the Sunny Coast because I used your car.
Yeah, true.
Because your car was nicer. I haven't used that car for 12 weeks, boys.
Oh, there's my house.
Do you know what is going to happen when I turn that on? It's going to blow up in my face. And I'm being literal. I reckon the engine will start smoking. Anyway, go on, mate. Go on. This is your time.
And no, it was a blessing from you to actually say that, because it kind of broke the ice, and it was a good thing having you there, because I didn't realize Kalen's reaction was going to be that. He was quite angry.
Let's talk about your reaction.
Yeah,
first thoughts.
And first, when he told me,
be honest.
It's a circle of trust, man.
Yeah, mate. It's only us.
It's only us.
And everyone else.
Yeah. I was filthy.
Okay, you don't have to bleep.
Okay. No more bleeping. No. I'm dropping the I-bomb. Whole podcast.
Nah, don't.
Whole podcast.
What's Crokes' girl's name?
Don't. He hasn't got one.
Never has.
Anyway.
Have you ever been on a date? Honest question.
Yes. Remember I took that chick with a boyfriend out on it?
That's a true story.
That is a true story. And you know about that.
Yeah, you've actually said
I borrowed your car.
Okay, we're even. Okay. So when Connor, I need to stop being.
Okay, bring it down. Bring it down a bit.
It's all right.
Bit of cabin fever. We'll be living together.
Okay, so he told me you were there listening.
Thank the Lord.
I was initially 100% pissed off.
Yeah, pissed off. Yeah.
My first thought was
fuck you.
Yes. Why are you leaving? How could you do that? What? This is honestly, I was we've spoken about winning a comp together so many times, as if you're just gonna leave me for them or leave this for that.
Looking back now, do you feel?
Nah.
Do you feel a bit selfish thinking that way?
Nah. My world.
So you
No. It is selfish, because at the end of the day, life is you gotta live your own life, and Connor's sort of taught me that too. It's not a rat race, but you got to go and get things yourself. You've got to go and as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Work hard for things, go and get them. But honestly, and even still now, I still think I will be annoyed.
Yeah, it still bugs you a bit.
And when I'm holding that trophy up and he's not, I'll probably wish he was there. Yeah. But
Yeah,
Facts.
that's facts.
That is
Yeah, but I'm
facts.
happy for him as well. So it took me, honestly, that night, for the next week,
Yeah, it was a bit weird for a week, man.
I'll
week
tell,
or two.
I'll tell everyone. We
Bro,
actually
swear.
sat on the phone
He was brushing me
for
about
about
a week.
we sat on the phone together, the three of us, for about an hour and 20 minutes. I can check, and we just sat there and there was barely anything spoken.
Nothing.
Not much talk
Every
at
every
all,
10
eh?
minutes, someone would just go,
Yeah.
"Yeah, right." Yeah, like that's literally what happened, eh? We just sat there for an hour and a half, and then because we were actually on FaceTime, and we'd be sitting there, and then I wouldn't want to look at the screen in case I made eye contact with someone, and then I'd look up and I'd just see Connor sort of like reach over real awkwardly and put his arm around Kalen, and then KP would sit up and sort of knock his arm off, and I'd just be like, "Wowza, I'm glad I'm not there." I could just hung up at any time,
Hey,
but I wanted to see if you would have
Yeah.
bus.
So that was my first initial, and it took me a week or two, and that's a long time.
Yeah, hundreds.
Like, and
Especially
even
when you're living in a hotel together.
like we're yeah. And I'd see him every day, and honestly, it would annoy me seeing him. I would
For
get
a
annoyed
week.
for maybe even 2 weeks. I remember in a game,
Yeah, I was about to say
he,
that.
he did
bullshit.
something good. He made a break. I think it was
Against the Dogs when I made that line break.
Yeah,
Line
yeah,
break.
and
To,
you Cliff, and then
yeah.
Cliff hit Brady.
Cliff?
Yeah.
I ran past him, and I was like, "Fuck you."
Oh, swear.
In the game.
Swear.
He's like, I love you. That was gun.
That was
but
gun.
fuck
So
you,
even
you
in the
leave it.
heat of the battle,
Yeah,
you're still thinking about that.
yeah. Think about that. Think
There you
about
go.
how much it.
That just shows
says
how
something.
much is mean to each other. That's pretty cool. But what do you
Yeah.
like now? What do you like now?
Nah,
You're
mate.
Yeah.
happy.
Best ever.
You understand
I
it.
understand that, and especially the life that he's moving to. I think it suits him. We all know what Connor's like. He's going to be happy there. You don't want to be comfortable, and I know that
he wants to get out of
yeah,
it.
he wants to be challenged. So I'm happy for him, 100%.
I haven't really said it on here, but mate, I'm happy for you. It's a big opportunity. I reckon you'll go
massive.
mad. I reckon
Huge.
like Adzy's a great coach, but I just think your footy will just go to a next level. And you see what the Roosters have done this year, completely depleted, and they somehow still make the top four. That's just a wrap on the club, and I think you're a lad who just suits them to a T. But
Yeah.
how you feel, mate? You
I
want to
think
say
he suits us
any
better.
last things before we move on?
Oh, I probably want to say something. I get to the people of Newcastle.
Yeah.
The
Novocastrians.
Novocastrians. I know they feel a bit let down from me. I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's been blatantly
I know,
clear
I
on,
know.
on social media and that. But I just want to thank them for making Newcastle so great. I've had such a good time there.
4 years.
The people have been amazing. Like to play in front of 20,000 every week, and just to be accepted for who I am, and like for my football, and for them to really sort of get around me and appreciate the way I play, and I guess, and then also like the Newcastle community away from football, and like I was able to launch the charity there. Everyone bought into that. We raised a heap of money.
Yep.
There's so many great things.
Got to launch
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
So coffee's going well.
Exactly. There's so many things that have come out of Newcastle that I'm so thankful for. And I can understand people feeling let down. And like I could totally understand the way Kalen felt. And I've had conversations with other players and they're like, I feel like you're dogging me. And I'm like, bro, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
People can feel whatever way they want. But I know deep
You're
down
happy.
that I made the right decision for me. And they can feel that way. But at the end of the day, like I need to do what's best for me,
Yep.
and I can't be doing what's best for other people. Otherwise, I'll never get what I want out of my life, and I'll never achieve what
20
I
years,
want.
20 years from now, you look back on it and go, "Man, I wish I did that."
that.
Had to take that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
As hard as it is, because like
I know.
I got my best mate. I grew up with the Safs. Like they're my boys since I was 11 years old. Like these are all like people. This is what made the decision so hard. Another thing that was like real tough was the fact that we were in a hotel. So I was living with like
Everyone.
everyone.
Yeah. Even the Roosters.
Even the Roosters were like a stone's throw away.
Yeah.
He was living like in Robbo's room.
We
We never saw him.
Yeah, facts. When I got there, I thought that was actually Connor's room. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I seen
You know the
Robbo
one on the
skate
water?
on his little scooter.
On his bike,
On his
eh?
little bike, yeah.
I actually, I felt so weird, but like for a period there, I fully isolated myself from the group, and I hated it. I hated the fact that I was doing it, but I needed to like be in a clear headspace so that I could actually make
A clear decision.
a clear decision, because I felt like as soon as I would hang out with.
Yeah, you'd be influenced by
You guys too much.
That's why
then
I
I'd be
wanna,
like, fuck, I want to stay.
Yeah, and then you'd go talk
And
to
then-
Robbo and go, fuck, I want to leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you go back to the boys and go, fuck, why would I want to leave?
He
this?
asked me, and I said, you just got to do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, I didn't want to give him my opinion. He knows what my opinion is.
Yeah, stay.
But it doesn't really,
But yours
really
is
matter.
yours
Mine's
is opinion.
stay.
Yeah, it's like a selfish
Yeah, it's
opinion.
exactly.
I get what you mean.
So it's not worth saying, I'm not going to go harp on him and tell him every day that he needs to stay, because that's not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair on him.
Whereas, exactly.
That's
so
boys.
That's why when
That's
he was
facts.
going through all of
That
it,
is facts.
I stayed away from it, because it's not really, it's my business, but it's not really.
Well, on the same night when we're all on FaceTime, I got a text message, which if I never got that text message, I wouldn't be here right now.
Mm.
The coach messaged me and said, "Look, mate, we need you up here. We're depleted with injuries. A couple of boys were suspended. I don't think he, Mad Monday morale. That's all they brought me up here for. I don't think he realised how hard it would have been, getting me up there. So when he said, mate, we need you up here, it wasn't another 9 days until I'd actually left New South Wales, which was a bit ridiculous because I still had to quarantine
For 2 weeks.
for 2 weeks. So literally, I had to, I don't know if I ever told you this. Once I got that message, I had to pretend like I was in the NRL bubble. So I had to fill out my app every morning, and I actually wasn't meant to go to the shops. I had to get my sister to go to the shops because I was living with her.
Oh, yeah?
So I was in New South Wales, so I was in lockdown anyway.
So like, you weren't meant to play. Were you allowed to play golf in that?
No, I didn't play golf.
Why were you?
I didn't play golf.
Why
I could play golf by myself, but I never did that. I don't know where's this coming from. Why are you trying to get me in trouble?
Oh, yeah.
For doing the right thing.
I see you weren't supposed
I sat in the room for 2 weeks just so I could join you boys. So you shut up. You shut your mouth. Anyway,
Are you grateful though that you did that?
very, very grateful.
That's
what I was about to say. So, because I got a couple points, right?
2 weeks, bro. Talk to people, because that's a pretty interesting experience.
Because what happened? I think yous were versing the Raiders on a Thursday, or was it the Sharks on a Thursday? Remember you played that one Thursday night game?
It was Sharks.
At Broncos? At the
Was it Brisbane?
We played during the day against the Raiders, but we played against the Sharks. It was Raiders at Brisbane.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a call during the day. Danny Baderis, he goes, sorry, mate, it's too hard. They shut the borders the night before, right? They shut them, and I've been hung on for 9 days. I was like, oh, this is like a bit of bullshit, whatever. 10 minutes before you boys kicked off, I get another call from Kirsty in the office, and she goes, Matt, you've just been accepted. I've got your flight booked for 11 a.m. tomorrow. Can you get to Williamtown? And I was like, yeah, shit, yeah, I can. Had nothing packed.
Yeah.
That's why I got no undies up here.
That's why
No
you're
undies
using
and
mine.
socks.
What about socks and clothes and
Yeah, I
deodorant and
He's wearing Texas skins at the
anti-sweats.
Texas.
Did you forget your wallet too?
Shut up.
Shell Shandy's Tex.
Tex,
Leave him alone.
okay, this is so off topic, but Tex wears bike pants as undies.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Really?
Leave him alone.
Why? What does Matty?
Because he used to give Ethica undies, Dad, and that's what I used to.
Oh,
So
They're a bike brand.
there you go. It is
Right.
actually a motocross brand. There
Oh.
you go.
Oh, so you do wear bike
Makes
pants?
sense.
Wait, I got you.
you go.
We'll get you some dads.
Can you
Hey,
get
hey,
the bros?
please.
Can someone get the bros some undies? He'll be at Burley Pab today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Just give him some undies, please.
Actually, you know what, Jase? Kalen's got that many holes in his undies. it's weird. Like he's got worms at the moment.
He's got worms.
He's ripped a hole in his undies. He's scratching too hard.
Well done. Well done.
Good get. Started with him, flicked
Yes,
to you. I like
Texie.
it. I
Well
like
done,
it.
everyone. Well done.
But yeah, you got to stop wearing my undies too.
Yeah, I do. I wear Connor's undies and socks.
Who cares? We're boys.
No, we are.
Share it.
Yeah,
I don't
we-
care.
But then I don't want to put them back on.
You can wear
'cause
mine if you want.
as if we're going to fit into your undies. And that's like
Shut up.
That's
Shut
a compliment.
Shut up,
That
yeah.
ain't
Shut
no
up.
dig either.
I've got family members
Yeah,
that listen to
you
this
know
shit.
why that's a
I
compliment.
got family. Yeah.
The Coke can.
Shut up, mate. I got fucking family members that listen to this shit. I got. Don't dab him up. Don't dab him up. Hey. All right. Anyway, well, back to the story. And so I got on the plane, and there was 5 of us. 5 of us on like a 170-seater plane. I just can't see how that's doing any good for the company. And there was more hostess than there were passengers.
Is that a Drake
Anyway.
line? 80-seater plane for like 3 of us?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 30-seater plane for like 10 of us. You're heaps close.
Well,
Anyway,
Sorry.
I got
Sorry about that.
to
Sorry.
the airport, right?
Yeah.
I got to the airport and they had it completely roped off. police escort everywhere. And as we're walking through the airport, all these like Queenslanders were sitting in the airport. I don't know. They might have been flying up north, but they were like looking at us real scour, as if like we were criminals.
You are.
Because we're coming from what? These are just the most unnecessary jabs coming out of nowhere. Let me tell my story, right? And so we're walking through the airport, and mate, all these people looking at us, and our rope line was sort of along the wall, and the toilet. Are you alright? Are you alright? Do you need 5? Are you okay?
Keep going.
Here you go. Anyway, the toilet was like along the wall, right? And this like girl, she was like just a middle-aged woman, tried to duck under the ropes to go to the toilet. And the cop was like, no, you can't do that. Pulled her back, was like, this is a quarantine section. And and she wanted to like jump in front of me. So I was standing there waiting for the cop to remove her, to stop her from going to the toilet, just so I could walk along the airport. And I was feeling so bad. Anyway, I got to the hotel, got this massive briefing, and I was pretty excited. I've told you this. I was pretty excited to do it. I was like, who cares? It's 2 weeks. I get to see my boys in 2 weeks. Like, I was like, I'll just watch a bit of movies. I'll train. I'll listen to music, listen to podcasts, whatever.
And you
sounds like a treat,
100%.
right? Sounds like a treat.
It's a dream.
Anyway, there was police escorts everywhere. Like the police drove us from the airport to the hotel. And I had to jump in the elevator by myself, and there was a policeman up in level 6, which is what I was. And he walked me to my door, and I was like pretty excited. I had my bags. Like, oh, this is a bit mad. And he opens the door, and he goes, all right, brother, once you open this, you can't get out for 2 weeks. And I was like, yeah. And walked in and shut the door, and it all just hit me at once. I was like, fuck. I'm literally not able to walk out of this door for 2 whole weeks.
How big was your little...
It was a real nice hotel room. I'll give him a rap. I stayed at the Pacific in Brisbane, and I had a little balcony, which was clutch. And I was allowed to use the balcony, because if I didn't have that, I reckon I would have went insane.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that I've made. I FaceTimed everyone. I reckon I have on my contacts list about 100 times. If anyone's done quarantine, day 10 blues are terrible.
Is that where it started to get hard?
There was hard days, but everyone was telling me day 10 and 11 are real tough. Day 10, I didn't even think about it, like going to sleep, and then I woke up the next morning and I had just lost all motivation to do everything.
Just stay in bed?
Mate, it's actually pretty hard. It's harder than what you think. That day there is just the tipping point, and you're just like, I'm sick of this shit. And you just got nothing, no energy, nothing to watch. Don't want to train, don't want to listen to music. It was so weird. Taught myself to juggle, but
that was what I was going to say. Did you learn anything?
I read a bit more. I'm not much of a reader. I'm not a good reader, but I read a little bit.
Do you get distracted easily?
Yeah, not really distracted. When I start reading and I read for too long, I start like stuffing it up, and I don't start taking it in.
Yeah,
and then I'm just doing it for no reason. But I'm not getting distracted by anything. I'm just not concentrating. I'm just not concentrating on that. Yeah, I'm just my mind. Like I'm just like, this is boring.
That's why I like audiobooks.
Yeah, it's like podcasts.
Yeah,
basically.
same thing.
I should have done that.
So did you not do any of that? So you learned. You taught yourself how to juggle.
Yeah.
Did you? What else? Sort of like.
Not really. I probably didn't prep properly, but I only had like.
Yeah.
I got the call at 8 o'clock at night, and they said, "Can you get on a plane at 11?" After telling me that I wasn't going.
Yeah.
So I sort of, if I could have done it better, I would have brought like books and stuff. I do a lot of Sudokus, so I did a few of them.
Wow.
What are you laughing at?
It's just such an old man thing.
I know.
Yeah.
It is real old man. The crosswords and stuff.
Training
like
the brain.
Training the brain.
Better than playing PlayStation,
good
right?
for the mental game. But then, when I seen you boys, it was mad. Yeah. It was worth it. We're all in the car park together.
Big hug and that.
Massive hugs. They didn't stop, eh?
You're a good cuddler, Matty. Just mind you. Jumped in bed with me yesterday.
Yeah.
Good cuddle, man.
You want to talk more about it?
No.
Let them all know, man.
Just, all right, my guy right here, Matty, single, ready to mingle, and he's got a hell of a cuddle on him.
Oh, I like that. That was
Thank
nice.
Thank you, boys. Anyway, that was my quarantine story, and then I got to see you boys, and we're in the sunny coast together for 2 days, and then the game against Para, and then you just got done.
Yeah.
And then we were pretty much
on the go on.
Well, this is where the fun starts.
So essentially, you quarantined for Mad Monday.
Basically,
Basically.
we were hoping it would be more, but basically Mad Monday.
For Mad Monday, you got flown up here to be the guy on Mad Monday.
Were you the guy?
That is.
I think I'm at least top 3.
What a role, man!
If we're scanning up the last 2 weeks, surely
that's a prestigious.
Can you confirm?
I can confirm. Always turn up. Consistency's key.
Always there.
I've always
Always in
said
the
that.
picture.
We call
Always
him,
in the
we call him
picture.
the diesel engine. He just keeps going. Sort of stays on like
Doesn't get out of the third
second gear.
Yeah.
Second gear. He just sits there.
It's rare you see me in fourth.
No,
That's a rare sighting. That's like a unicorn.
That's me and Connor. We're
Yeah. Use
Well,
a
up
use
and
a
down.
5 to 1, 5. You know.
yeah. We just go through ebbs and
It's a
flows.
steady 2.
I feel
You're
like I haven't
steady.
been a 1 yet though.
Have
I?
Nah, not
You haven't
really.
been with. Oh, you haven't what?
Oh.
Like what?
I haven't been with No, I haven't found the one.
Oh, you haven't found the one.
No, I haven't found the one.
Oh
Why have you?
no, I actually haven't.
Have you been with the one?
I haven't found the one yet.
Answer the question.
1 plus 1
Answer the
equals-
question.
I haven't. What did you say? None. Or none. Yeah, none.
What are you
Anyway.
up? What's your tally?
Oh, no,
my God.
no.
No.
Keep it PG, boys.
So-
Well, we're going to talk about the Sunny Coast following that timeline. Parramatta game, boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought.
I'll tell you what, if there's one way to go out on a season, it's that way.
Yeah.
Agree?
There was a period in the first half where that, like we couldn't make 30 meters. We're kicking
We're just
from
getting
the-
teed
Yeah,
off
sure.
on, bro. It's
teed off
crazy.
on, and then we come through that and we score.
Yeah.
We scored in that period when it was tough, and that when those sort of moments happen in games, I just think we're gonna win.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I was thinking then about that point
I know it's
too.
early, but then I just sort of think
Weird, bro, because
our
those little
mindset-
moments can do it. Like
Yeah.
if you're getting bash,
Yeah.
or you're defending, then you go up and score.
Yeah.
You're like, mindset-wise, you're like,
the boys are on.
we could handle this.
We
can
can
handle
handle
anything. And we can get on, yeah.
And then that soft period that happened just before halftime, just individual
Last 4 minutes.
lapses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then look, the way the game finished, not ideal. But yeah, if we're gonna go out, if we compare this year to last year, there's so much more to be positive and to build on.
Hard.
Connor,
facts.
you'd like to build on it. I bet you would.
Facts. that is facts. Because
Yeah,
you're not
you'll
going to be here.
Yeah,
Because
you're
your
not
dog
gonna be
does.
here because your dog
Dickhead.
Because you don't want to be a part of it. But yeah, it is what it
Glory
is now.
hunter. You're a dog.
Yeah, you're. Ooh.
Sorry, boys.
No, like, because he's going somewhere that's had success.
Are you sweet?
What? What?
Bruh.
I'm joking. We're boys. It's all good.
Anyway.
Yeah, so it was a tough game, but it's a
Anything
way
else?
to go out.
No, I was just going to say, I didn't actually think, I thought like defensively we're heaps better. I reckon we didn't play enough footy.
Yep.
And I said this to Kalen, like in the game and post game. I was like, we're not
No, we
not
did.
having enough shots at all.
Second half, there was a period where you can just tell when something needs to happen, and there's people in the team. I'm one of them that need to, need to make it happen. Sort of,
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
use their.
But I don't reckon. I reckon
we just didn't do it.
Yeah, we didn't get your hands on the ball in the right position. Like it was just we try to play from the middle too much. I
Yeah.
reckon where,
It's hard to play from. So we had a game plan, and it was hard to do the game plan when our middles had done so much work. So then to then expect them to do what we wanted them to do, we needed to somehow do. We needed to do something else. But at the end of the day, we lost. Well, we lost by 8 or whatever it was. But it was only. I mean, it was the last seconds of the game.
Yeah. Next couple of days, we had the presentation.
Yes.
My boy here picked up a pretty prestigious award, Players Player Award.
Mm.
What do you reckon, bro? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I was pumped. I thought probably like Saf would like I knew it was
Yeah.
going to be close.
I remember you said to me earlier that morning you wouldn't need a trailer to get out of there with all the trophies. I
He did,
remember.
eh? It
He
was
actually
weird.
did say that. I didn't know what he was talking about at breakfast, but yeah. Anyway,
No, it was just because that like I had to bring my farewell gift.
did you get one?
Like a photo? It's
You
nice.
didn't get much, eh?
It's nice. They kind of just give me a fucking punch and
deserve it
get out of
anyway.
here.
Yeah, 65 games at the
Dog.
club.
Yeah.
Take this. There's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy.
There you go. There's a little photo, piece of paper.
Yeah.
Get well card.
So we can get back to players play. I think
Yeah.
you deserve it. If there was anyone throughout the season that deserved it, it was you. And Jase went close. It was very tight between you two, but definitely.
Yeah, I was obviously pumped because it's been a tough couple years in regards to like injuries and stuff like that. So for me to finally like I played every game this year, which I haven't done for
Played good footy too.
for 4 years. So and like to be, I thought I was pretty consistent in every game. So I was just more pumped about like doing that than actually winning the awards. But to be recognised by the boys is pretty special because that one means a lot. So
And Jay Skarks, he took out the Danny Badiris Award. Have you won that twice, Punch? Yeah, you have. You have your first year and last year.
Yes.
Yeah, so he took it out. For the last 4 years, it's only been you and Barney. Barney, you, now Jasaf. So It's pretty good for Jase. He's had a stellar year. He's a good fella too. Unbelievable, bro. Just brought his game to another level.
Again, someone that sort of went through injuries, had those injuries.
Yeah.
Because he had his ankle or
No,
something.
his leg. A couple of years ago.
Weird injury.
Yeah.
And I reckon he had a little bit of like a
Shoulder?
hangover from that.
Yeah.
He did his shoulder against the Titans, remember?
Yeah. Maybe it's always tough when you got your big brother Daniel, who's probably one of the prime props in the comp.
Yeah.
And he's your twin, so maybe there's like a bit of doubt. But Jacob's just had a stellar year.
Yeah.
Killed it.
I think just before we move on, that's probably a message because I had an injury too at the beginning of the year. Everyone goes through injuries, and if there's people listening out there, kids, because there are a lot, unfortunately, that go through injuries. It's such an opportunity to learn, grow, and be better mentally and physically.
There's actually a NFL player. I think it was Ray Lewis, and he got injured, and after the game, he was smiling. So he got injured, season ender, whatever it is, smiling. They're like, "Why are you so happy?" He's like, "Because I'm going back into the cocoon. I'm going to He's like, I've got time now to go and work on whatever I want."
Yeah, true.
He goes, as much as this is a setback, this is going to enable me to slow down, work on, which was kind of the perspective I had. I was thinking, okay, Achilles, 6 months, I've got a long time. Like, what do I need to do to get better at? And that's kind of like looking at it from a holistic perspective instead of going, why me? Instead of this is happening for me.
What do you always say? It's like an arrow. Sometimes you've got to go backwards to go forwards.
Get shot forwards, my friend.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyway, we had a couple of fun nights at Sunny Coast before we had to leave. And then we took the whole squad up to Broadbeach for 3 days.
Wow.
Anything, boys?
I don't know.
Any PGs?
There's so many, but it's all a blur.
Any PGs?
It's a big couple of days.
It was a big couple of days. We were on a boat. That was
highlight.
amazing.
The boat
was so much fun.
If anyone wants to do anything good in their life, get on a boat with your best mates.
Yeah.
A nice boat too.
A grouse boat.
Nice boat. One year we did. We went to Cairns with all the boys. We got told we're doing this hectic cruise. Got to the port. It was a fishing trawler, bro.
It was like your car.
On a little tinny.
Your car.
Trying to fit 16 blokes on a tinny. My car. Why do I always get dragged back into it?
I don't know. I just thought like, what's shit? And
well, that was so
mechanical.
Fun. So we're only on there for 4 hours. And remember when the boat almost got bogged?
Yeah.
We're talking about
so I was sitting up the back, and out of nowhere we just hear this massive churn. It was like, and I turned around, and there was all this like grey water. Splashing up, and we're on a sandbank, and then out of nowhere, one of like the boat attendant people was like, "Oh, we just need everyone to come
get to the front.
We need everyone to come sit at the front." And so, so we all went to the front, and that must have just tipped the boat enough for the bro to get out of there. And then we kept going. You know what? I would have been happy if it got bogged.
If we stayed there,
honestly,
if we were still there,
it could be bogged till now, and I'd be the happiest man ever.
It was a good
I sort of wanted it to get bogged, to be honest.
I
refused to go up the front. I was just going to sit up the back. Fuck that. Bring everyone up the back. Bring them all up here. But that was mad.
That was good. There was so many highlights from those 3 days. It's just like because we were in lockdown, there's people doing it worse than us, but we had 10 weeks, 11 weeks where we couldn't go to a pub. We couldn't enjoy, some things in life that...
Yeah. Going out, you can say.
Yeah, going out.
Going out to the town.
Yeah. Having a drink with the boys. Letting your hair down. Because in season, every time you do that, you're still thinking about next week. Or you're thinking about training. Facts. So there's literally none of that. So we spent our 3 days best.
And then we went to the bedroom. Yeah.
So good.
He just wouldn't let me leave. Against my will.
We don't want you to leave, bro.
Against my will.
Been locked down
Try to go home.
I was doing it very tough. I was struggling.
Big carry for Crokes.
I know.
Every time you come up to me, because I think Randy left.
Yeah, our mate Randy.
And you had the unit key on you.
I did.
And you're like, bro, I got to go. Randy needs the key.
No.
No.
What I said was, I was lying, but I said, hey boys, I'll just catch a 10-minute Uber back to the hotel. I'll give him the key. I'll go out with him. I'll bring the key back, and then I'll come back here, and they'll let me straight back in. That was the biggest porky you've ever heard.
You just wanted to go.
We flipped it on you. I was like, no, get Randy to come here.
And I was
he's left already without the key.
He's called my bluff, and I just sat there like a deer in headlights, going, oh. Yeah, I think he could come back out. Yeah. He was grabbing me by the shirt, going, "You're not fucking leaving." And then Randy rings me and goes, "Oh no, bro, I'm not at the hotel. I'm just
outside."
outside."
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
my heart broke. I was like,
I walked Crokes
Fuck.
to the stairs too
Yeah.
to make sure he didn't go.
And he
I
watched-
sat at the bottom there.
And he watched me walk up the stairs, give the keys to like Randy, and then he was sitting there with his drink and one of the bar, and he was like, "Come on, mate, back down
here,
now." I
mate.
was like, I was a
Not
little
leaving.
dog. Righto, come on, you've had your fun, back down. And me and Randy stood at the top of the stairs, like day
Come on,
two, a
bro.
bit emotional, and we're like hugging each other. I was like, "I love you, mate, bro. I wish I could come with you, but the boys are watching me." I was like whispering in his ears,
I'm
and
not weak.
he's like, "Bro, I know, I just got to go away." He had like a cheese and bacon roll in his hand. I was like, I want to come with you, man. I won't be far behind you. And he's like, "Okay, cool."
He's a bottomless pit, Randy? Right, he eats that much all the time.
He just wafts it down, No chew, just swallow. Doesn't come up for air, when we go for dinner.
me and him were in Surfers the other day late, and we ended up we ate like one snack pack, and then he was like, "Bro, you want another one?" Just
Yeah.
went back, got another one.
Yeah,
But
he's come home
He's
last.
a piece of shit. Like
No, he's not.
he
He's
has
the
not
best.
trained. He has not trained once.
He can't,
He
mate.
can't.
His
He's
hands fuck.
stitches.
Oh,
He
I
couldn't
reckon
sweat up until the other
night
day.
when we were doing call. Yeah, we do call.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes old. He just sat there and like watched.
Yeah.
I swear he could train that night.
He's that funny.
We've actually tried to train a couple of times. It's been disgusting. Some of the
Yeah.
runs I've gone on have just
Some of the runs you've done.
been so bad. What do you mean? I did them with you.
Oh yeah, fair.
I did them with you, and you stopped. You had to stop. Tell them why. Tell them why if you want, or
Legs.
just say you stopped,
Vomit.
or just say you stopped. Nah, vomit.
Sick.
Vomit out the other end, my guy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or was that when you had
Ooh.
to tighten the cheeks and
Ooh.
walk home?
Yeah. Wait,
Waddle
I
home.
never told you this, but as we'll run, because like
Had the waddle going.
I had to
bro.
stop.
The waddle.
I had to stop.
Had the
And,
waddle
and
going.
I seen you walking across the crossing, and it was like you're doing one of them speed walkers.
I was, bro. I was
You
full
were.
pacing. I was
You were.
walk pacing. Let's
And
go
I-
to the toilet, public toilet too. That's all time shame, Public toilet, straight
That's
in.
an all-time low.
That's one of the.
That's a
I always
low
talk about
point.
it.
That's
Busy
a low point.
Busy morning in Burley.
That's a low point.
Is there nothing worse?
It was a busy, and it was like a Tuesday morning.
Glamours too.
People getting coffee.
And I'm just
yeah,
waddling past them.
he's on the power.
Went
shirtless.
straight into the toilet.
You know what the worst thing was? You walked out of the toilet and you went, whoa. You looked at me and went, whoa. Holy no, he didn't do that. He didn't.
Then we ran home.
Yeah.
We got out of there.
Yeah,
Mate. What, going doing a shit on a night out?
It's scary,
There's
bro.
not a lower point in your life, I don't reckon.
It's scary, man. It's
You
so
get that-
scary.
oh, especially when you got long pants on, you're worried about getting them wet too on the floor because you know when there's just that much spillage everywhere,
You're a funny man.
mate.
You're a
It's scary,
funny,
bro.
funny man. Oh, you crack me up.
Oh.
Anyway, so that was a few nights in Broadbeach. We went one more night, Casablanca.
Yes.
There's only a couple of us. Some can, some can't.
Exactly right.
And that was pretty fun. The old Love Club.
Yeah, it used to be called Love.
You were holding me against my will that night as well.
I know. You wanted to go home again.
I went home.
He went home. He dogged us
is-
at about 7 in the Arvo.
I've never seen
Ever.
that from Kalen.
3 years.
Nah.
3
Sitting at
years.
the pub
And
and
it-
he couldn't even
I
have
couldn't-
a nip of beer.
I tell you what, I seen it
3
from about
years.
10 blokes that night. Remember, they all just went one by one. Just
I've
no good.
never done it. Every time Connor or one of us or something's going on, and it's like we're going, I'm always like, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm
But you weren't.
100% there.
But you weren't.
And I wasn't even afraid to say I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even care.
That was the thing. When it
Yous were-
hit, when it
yous were
hit
abusing
everyone,
me.
when
Yeah.
it was like 8 o'clock. We're sitting at the pub watching footy. When it hit everyone,
just gapped
there was
it, eh?
there was absolutely no change in their mind. They all just
No.
went, "I've hit a wall. I'm going." The hotel's right there. I'm leaving. And
Yeah.
and there was no like, "Nah, come on, bro, stay." They'd just be, "No, I'm going."
I know.
So funny.
It's like Connor when he left the night. He just he didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? He didn't even care. That was literally my mindset. Oh, Connor's left me. I'm gonna leave him.
How long were you sitting on that one for? A little bit.
Hey, that's like when
and
he,
you timed it perfectly, my guy.
when he went on the date the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I go to him, bro, like, are you sure, like, about going on a date and that? I'm worried about, like, you're going to leave me. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to lose you in that. He goes, you already fucking lost me.
What, you don't lose me? Oh, too late. You signed the dotted line. Dickhead. Nah, yeah. Yeah. I don't lose me. I'm going to find someone. You've left me.
Anyway, we left Burley's. We had some good nights in Surfers.
Yeah, we did.
And here was the worst thing, bro. Because we left Broadbeach. Worst thing was we lost our footy game on a Sunday. So you pretty much drink that night, and then it's Mad Monday. Tuesday was Prezzo. Wednesday was first night in Broadbeach. Thursday was
second night.
Boat
One
plus
of the grades.
bedroom.
Yeah.
Friday, Connor's dragging me out by my big ears to get to his Casablanca club.
And the big other thing.
Yeah, shut up, right? And then we left Broadbeach and we go straight to Burleigh. And I'm like, what day is it? And the boys are like, it's Saturday. It's Saturday in Burleigh. Oh man. Another 2 days of this shit.
One thing about, like, I reckon changing locations has kept it fresh.
Yeah.
Kicked me.
Imagine if you were in, say, the Sunshine Coast Sunday to Monday, whatever it was, you would have just been like, it's the same thing every day.
Yeah.
But
we went Sunny Coast for 3 days, Broadbeach for 3 days,
And then you come here.
Burleigh. And Burleigh, I could stay here forever.
Honestly,
Proper.
Saturday, I was in shock. I
Yeah.
could not believe how beautiful.
Yeah.
the
Oh, you know,
Burleigh
I'm
Pub
going to
was.
say it. The girls there are beautiful.
They are.
I'm going to say it.
The music.
When we were
there,
sitting there, I
beautiful.
was like,
Food?
I've never
Food?
seen this many good-looking people in my
know.
life.
I know.
This is going to sound so humble. I felt so out of place. I was like, I shouldn't be let in here with the glamours, and even the blokes are looking good. You know what I mean? Like the blokes have got the nice button-ups. I think I was wearing my plain black as always, and
As
I was just
always.
like, I shouldn't be in here. What am I doing in here? I got Connies on. Everyone's repping like Air Force Ones and that. I shouldn't have been there.
You're having
But-
a bad time,
But I was having a good time, and then we
Yeah.
went there Sunday and
telling every girl that you
Pink-
own the podcast.
100%.
Own the
They
podcast.
go, what podcast? I tell them, and they go, oh, no, never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I go, oh, yeah.
Burleigh Pav.
It's actually surprising, like some of the people that tell you they listen to it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Even like Reed Mahoney
Reed
the other
Mahoney,
day,
yeah.
he wants to come on. So if you want to hear
Yes.
him,
Yeah,
Get
I
him
think,
on.
I
He's a
think we're gonna
great
get him
dude.
on,
He's a
bro.
great
and
dude.
he's
We'll
a
get him
good
on.
chatter, and he's got good chat, and that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
we need. Yeah.
But he was like,
We'll
boys,
stitch
when
him
he's
up.
doing another podcast, and I
Literally.
was like, what do you mean?
He
You
gra-
listen to it? Yeah.
he grabbed me. He's like,
"Oh, that's
he's,
so
he's
cool."
like, mate, message because we're on the drink. He's like, message me now because I know that we're. He's like, I want you to do it now so that I remember when I'm sober that we're doing it. Yeah. He's a good fella.
We'll talk about that at the end. But
We're almost there.
there.
We're almost there. We're here in Burleigh for another 10 days. Last thing we're going to talk about is I've been bombarded with questions about if we're going to keep doing 257 now that Connor's leaving.
Yep.
Here's the big reveal.
It's done.
Drum roll, please.
No,
Still
no,
doing
it's
it.
done.
Still going to do the podcast.
No, it's done.
No, it's done.
No,
We're
this
off
is the
it.
last episode.
No, we're going to keep doing it.
We had a chat. We had a heart to heart,
Heart to heart.
a bro to bro, an X to X.
Yeah.
Huh, not those ones.
Um,
Nah, so
Do you
we
want me to tell that story?
no, let me tell you.
we had a. Oh no.
No, it's not
Not
about
about
you.
you.
Oh,
Go,
okay,
go,
good.
go.
Yeah. So we had a chat, and yeah, we do. 100% we're going to keep it going. We're going to try our best. We're going to. Connor's already spoken to people in Sydney that can help
Yeah.
us with keeping the podcast aligned. Crokes is going to take, instead of 1% of the podcast, 2%.
Grouse.
A bigger role
Grouse.
to keep me in
Kaylin
check.
in check.
and-
That's the story I was going to tell. So we were on the drink the other night. Connor grabs me and we're sitting outside and we'd had a few. Celebrating the year. He grabs me, he goes, Crokes. He goes, be honest with me, man. He goes, if we just got you to take over all the socials, you know, like tell people when drops are coming, take a bit more reins, like be a bit more like inclusive of the whole brand, because I already get 33% of the podcast. We just split the threes, right? Unless we pay someone to edit it, right. They go, what would you? Because I'm not part of the company. They're like, what percentage would it take for you to do all that and be a part of the company? I was sitting there, I was maggot, and I was like, I don't know, bro, like 50%. and like we kept discussing it, and I could tell in Connor's mind that was not the number he was willing to hear, right? And then, because in my mind I thought I had 33%, and then I'd go like, oh, plus maybe like 10 or so, and then we'll round it up to 50, right? And I was like 50%. Connor turns to me and goes, bro, I was thinking maybe more like 10%. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take 10%.
yeah. So
But we're gonna keep going.
we're going to keep going. We're going to keep keep the ball rolling. I know it's been hard. We've already spoken about it the last month, really,
Yeah.
with everything that's going on. But once life goes back to normal, Connor settles into Sydney, all of that. I know preseason might be a little bit tough because preseason's tough in general. But again, we're going to try our best to keep this going. And it's been really pleasing to see, even up here in Burleigh, just like walking around, how many people vibe with what we do and enjoy our stuff.
Yeah.
I think even the meeting yesterday with Mr. Consistent.
Yeah, there's things coming.
Yeah, there's things coming, but it's keep your eyes peeled. Big things coming, but it's
keep your mouth watered too.
It actually just made me realize like how good having a podcast is, and like how we should definitely like really get after it more. You know what I mean?
Well, it gives me a lot of joy too. Like you boys get recognised a lot for your footy and that. And I'm not saying I get recognised heaps, but when I do, it makes me feel good. Like today we're crossing the street and this bloke was running down the street, just a young kid, he's probably like 15, yelling out 257. Correct. And I thought, no, he was just saying, just 257. All three of yous. He was holding up 3 fingers. Love yous. And and I was like, that's mad, you know. I don't get recognised for anything else except for that. So it's cool. And people love it. People do love it. So and they've been missing it. So I was so excited to get back today. My shirt is drenched. I've been sweating bullets. Right, I was nervous, but I'm excited. And and let us know who you want us to get on, because
I was going to say that
we're here with there's a few football teams around. Like I said, Reed's probably going to get on. Probably going to do part 2, Dylan Napa.
Yeah,
possibly.
Which people have been asking for a long time, because but the last time we did it wasn't probably the best circumstances. But we're going to get him back on. And while we're in Goldie and up here and in Queensland,
even other people, they don't have to be rugby league players. Like even if sort of influencers around Newcastle, Goldie or something, just let us know. We'll see if we can reach out to them.
Even if they want to hear from Gypsy Tales.
Even maybe we might get Gypsy Tales on one. Yeah,
100%.
Fucking oath. And then so we're keen to get a bit more stuff out for you, and we can't wait for the next couple 100%. Of weeks. Boys, anything? KP, you want to do the sign off?
Tip.
Oh, tip.
We weren't going to do that today.
You're going to spring that on us?
No.
I thought we did it every week. That's where you've had cracks.
Nice.
I had one, boys.
What do you got?
Tell your friends that you love them.
Yeah, nice. You go, because I got one.
I got one too.
Go on then.
You go first.
A bit of audience advice. I reckon if you're having a drink, do a little cheers with your friends and say a couple words, because I reckon it makes it a little bit more special. And a rule I learnt yesterday: eye contact.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never knew that was like a sort of unwritten rule.
I knew that.
I never knew that. Yeah. I usually look at the glass.
Yeah, because you got to
I look at the glass, and because you usually got a full drink,
you don't want to miss.
So you don't want to be spilling. Yeah.
But I do get the eye contact.
But I get it. If you hold it there, they're all cheers, and you look at each other, eye contact. Get someone to say a few words, even if it's short and sharp. There's my bit of audience advice.
Also, our Lord's Collective just restocked too.
Yes. So plenty happening.
Yeah. So make sure you go on the website and get after some of there.
The finest.
Or go down to Lord's Cafe on Beaumont Street.
Beaumont Street.
Beautiful Beaumont Street. Actually,
beautiful people.
I know. Gonna miss that place.
Oh yeah, you're not there.
You're not gonna be there, hey?
Our house isn't gonna be there either.
Moving out, kicked me out. He sold the place. Didn't even ask if I wanted to stay in it or anything.
Are you going to do a bit of audience advice or not?
You're
the one who brought it up, and you're not going to do any.
Audience advice. Enjoy. If you're lucky enough to have things that others don't, really appreciate it. I think.
Bro, nice. I like that.
We're talking about that today.
We're talking about that today. There's a lot going on in the world. Just really appreciate it.
Sign us off, brother.
It's been a while. It's been a long time. Like, comment, subscribe. Make love to that subscribe button. I want you to give it a good press, give it a good touch. Make sure just subscribe. Listen, we're going to be doing more things, more podcasts every week. We're going to drop some more over the next few weeks. So it's been good to be back. Thank you, Crokes, for hosting our podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.